What up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Full Metal Analysis. The crisis is averted. Not only are we on a victory Tuesday because Monday we was on Monday Night Football, but we're on a victory Tuesday. But the opposite happened, man. I thought that we were gonna look shabby because of our secondary being out, and not only did our backup show up to play ball, but our entire defense came out and I don't usually use this phrase, but put belt to ass, man. I mean, that defense was out there playing spectacular football, and they played so well. They had the offense looking kind of suspect, like offense. What are y'all doing, man? But other than that, it was a great game, man. What did you think about the game yesterday?
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. One unit showed out more than anybody else yesterday, and that was the defense. Kelvin Shepard had those boys ready. Dan Campbell had the team ready. Uh, like you said, the offense never really got it going. Jameer Gibbs, more than anything, got it going, if anybody. But as far as a whole unit, the offense never got it going like we've seen them get it going before. But I think a part of that is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense. They played a good game. Our offense played a good game, but the one outstanding unit on that field yesterday was far and away the defense for the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, man. Calvin Shepard, like you said, he had them boys ready to go, man. Guys I had never even heard of. I didn't even know who the guys were. They were out there making plays. They were breaking up passes. I expected to see a lot of deep balls, but every time they went deep, either the guy was locked up or they were knocking the ball away. On the other hand, man, I'm not going to say that Johnny Morton and Jared Goff had a bad game, but like you said, it wasn't the it wasn't up to the standard that we're used to. They came out and right away, uh, Saint was on fire, man. He was he was marching up and down the field. They were throwing to him. He was getting big chunks, and then he went in to score. And then all of a sudden, it's like they forgot he was on the field, and they just stopped throwing to him. And yeah, it just felt like it was a Gibbs game from that point. They didn't throw to JMO at all, and eventually they found Sam Laporta on the field, but he didn't get. I don't think he got a pass to the third quarter. So I don't know what Johnny Morton was doing. It was like the Gibbs show out there. So, but hey, whatever, it worked. You know what I'm saying? We pulled it together. That so I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was telling me, he was asking me, like, man, Detroit, man, y'all just keep going for it. And I was like, it's not that we go for it crazy, because we had many opportunities. Because he was trying to say that when we went for it on that fourth down, he was like, oh, man, that fourth down, y'all going for it, messed y'all up.
In
I was
Tesla?
like, nah, we had many opportunities to score other than that fourth down try. We just not getting the job done. And that fourth down try, I don't mind that so much. You know what I'm saying? What I did mind is, if we're gonna go for it, let's get the first time. Why are we throwing over the shoulder throw to Tesla in the end zone with one play to go? So that didn't make any sense to me. But other than that, I didn't have a problem with them going for it on fourth down. I would like a better play call, but
Uh, yeah. I mean, I'm probably not the guy to talk to. I'm sure there's plenty of people that'll see this that would be better to talk to than me. But you already know I side more so with your friend than I do the idea that it's nothing wrong with them going for it on fourth down. The one to Tesla was something that, yeah, I definitely would have kicked the field goal there. You would have gone up two scores. You up 7-0. So why not just make it a two-score game? Okay, you want to go for it. That's Dan Campbell. That's what he does. But yeah, to your point, throwing a deep route to Tesla, who you haven't really established in that game, let alone, he hasn't caught a ball in like 2-3 weeks. and you want to go to them on fourth down in the red zone. Like, that was an extremely weird play call. Then they went for it on fourth down again, and they ran a razzle dazzle option lateral to Gibbs, which in all honesty got blown up, but it was just the sheer will and effort of Gibbs, and St. Brown gave him a push in the back to get that first down. So, I mean, I'm not gonna beat my drum about it. I would just say that, yeah, like whoever you was talking to, they obviously don't watch Lions football, because when it's fourth down, unless it's 4th and 10. I mean, he did kick one. I think that was 4th and 5. I don't know if it was a kick. I don't know if it was. I can't remember if it was a field goal or a punt, but I know he did kick a couple field goals that game. But for the most part, man, if it's I can't even say glaring reason, because it really takes something that just spits in the face of conventional wisdom for them to not go for it. Yeah, on fourth down, man, that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna go for it, and more times than not, they're gonna get it. And when they don't get it, it's gonna be it's gonna be a talking point, but it's not gonna change who they are. In the next game, they're gonna go for it too.
Shout out to True Smoking, by the way. That's my friend I was talking about. He watches our show. He like our main fan. But yeah, man. I just wanted to take a moment out to say, man, like we talk about Saint and his receiving yards, man, but I don't know if enough goes spoken about how much what Saint does in the background, man. To your point, that push that Saint gave Gibbs on that first down try, and all the blacks he makes and the plays that he makes in the background. A lot of people he doesn't usually get a lot of credit for that, man, but he's the reason that Gibbs. I mean, don't get me wrong, Gibbs made a hell of a juke move and broke some tackles to get there, but that last effort push by Saint actually got him that first down, man. And the announcers didn't say nothing about it, man. And I just feel like Saint needs a shout out for all the stuff that he does in the background. That last week, even though it got turned over, man, the block that Saint made to push over that guy in the background when Goff scored that touchdown, I mean, it had me in awe, man. So I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Saint for all the stuff, for the leader and to show the determination and the grit that this team displays in the background.
Speaking of shout outs, man, I guess I would give two shout outs to two players I've been hard on since we've been doing this pod. And the easiest one would be, well, no, they both. I've been pretty hard on both of them. Derek Barnes got a game ball yesterday. He had a good game yesterday. He's done everything that they've asked him to do. He talked about it after the game and just said it's been a long road. And we talked about these players that Brad's taken and the long road that it's taken for them to show any type of success or any type of aptitude that they're going to be who they were drafted to be. And very few of them have actually the long projects, the long road projects. We're still waiting on a lot of those guys. But Derek Barnes, it took an extra contract, but he's definitely starting to show that, hey, he belongs in this league, and he can make plays when called upon. And then the other guy who, after seeing Tyler Lacey or whatever my man's name was, and Pat O'Connor and DJ Reader and all of these guys, all the Roy Lopez's. After all these guys, man, it really made me regret all the shit that I talked about Aleem McNeil, because I'm like, God, like Aleem McNeil is not this bad. And lo and behold, man, to your point, Ali McNeil came back yesterday, and all he did was just continually push that line back into Baker's lap every single opportunity he got. So shout out to Ali McNeil, shout out to Derek Barnes.
Yeah, man. Derek Barnes got off. You know, he was like you said, he was a project. His first couple of years, he was they were working with him, and you could see the slow improvement, but it wasn't like a showing on the field all the way. You know, you will see flashes here and there, but nothing that will make you sit and take notice. And then that one season, his third season, he came out and he got a big play in the playoffs against Tampa Bay. Or was it the Vikings? It was the Vikings or Tampa Bay, one of them. And he ended the game. And you're like, wow, man, Barnes made a hell of a play. And then he came out last season and he was gonna, it felt like he was gonna have a good season, but he got hurt for the whole season. And like you said, so basically 4 years of just trying to either learning what they wanted, what they wanted from him, or injury. And he's finally overcame all that to come on the field. And Derek Barnes not only had a hell of a game last night, but Derek Barnes is having a hell of a season so far. And Aline, I never doubted Aline for a minute.
People are just concerned that this whole
I don't think it's concern. I know what you're talking about, and I don't think it's concern. I think it's more so like if you know what your offense is capable of. Like we have the number one offense in the league, and it feels like I don't know. We said it a couple of weeks ago. It feels like when we don't need to, we just kind of leave it in cruise. We kind of just leave the offense on autopilot, and we just kind of doing whatever we feel out there. Like, hey, let's try this, let's try that, let's see if this works. Let's just try stuff, and it just kind of feels like it's on autopilot. Like the offense got the ball so many times. Yesterday, and they didn't do anything. I think the defense gave the ball to the offense like 3 or 4 times, man. And I know at least 2 times for sure, the offense did nothing with the ball. And it just felt like, I don't know, they weren't trying. Taylor Decker, I don't know if Taylor Decker is still hurt, but he had a hard game. And it just felt like we couldn't even get the offense going until the Bucs scored. And after the Bucs scored, it's like somebody slapped them in the face and said, wake up. And they was like, oh, shit, these niggas want to score. Okay, let's go down to score. And they scored so simple and so easy. I was like, that's what I'm talking about right there. Let's just do that from now on. And you know what I'm saying? It was easy, but I don't know what to make of the offense. I don't think anybody's worried about it. It's not like you felt like the offense is in trouble or the offense can't put up points. It's just like the offense is just kind of like, we'll do it when we feel like it.
Yeah, it's coming along the lines of the video we did earlier this year, and it was what is this offense going to look like with John Morton? And I said the most likely path of success for this Lions offense and John Morton would be games like this. Like you watch it and you're like, man, they look good, but man, it's still some stuff they got to figure out. And I said that would go along throughout the season. And as you got towards the end, like the things that I think fans want to see, that's when you start seeing them is towards the end of the year. And that's the most I could ask for. And like I keep going back to it. I don't believe that JMO is gonna have 1,000 yards this year. But that's not to say that this team can't be a Super Bowl winning team without JMO having 1,000 yards. But I do think that in these later games, like right when the teams have figured everything out, that's when you're gonna need J-Mo to come through big. We're gonna need him to have, multiple catches, 100 yards, touchdowns. Like that's where it's gonna come at. Because my biggest thing to the people who are annoyed that people are concerned about individual players getting their numbers, but the team is winning. My thing is, like, take for instance J-Mo. I just want to see that you can get the ball to J-Mo because I'm so curious to see what it looks like with a defense does everything they can to take away all the short underneath routes. Because at some point in the game, they showed a stat that was like the Lions had like 147 yards uh passing, and like 111 of those yards were like after the catch. So, it's like what happens when the team just plays zone and forces you. Now I know that Jared Goff has no problem check down, check down, check down, but if a team is able to do that effectively and going deep on a one-on-one route is really your only option, then I would feel a lot better knowing that Jared Goff has that in his back pocket. Because so far this season, I thought he did, but the last time we saw it wasn't there. So I'm not concerned about J-Mo's numbers for his well-being. It's more so like I just want to know that he can get him the ball when it is available. So yeah, that's Gibbs and St. Brown are the only two that are safe in the John Morton offense, and everything else, he gonna play it by ear. I didn't want to put it out in the air, but I just felt like this, we talked about whether or not Goff has eliminated those two abysmal performances from his game, and if he brought that with him into this season. And I wanted to tell you before the game, but I was like, nah, I don't even want to put it out in the air. But I just had a feeling like this is a prime spot for Goff to have one of his awful games. And he wasn't necessarily spectacular out there, but he wasn't bad. He did turn the ball over twice, but honestly, that is a bad Goff performance. He threw the interception. He turned it over twice. I mean, he turned it over twice. He fumbled. He lost the fumble. He got sacked 4 times, and he only threw 1 touchdown. So honestly, man, if that's a bad game for Goff, and the Lions can still win. And at the same time, at no point did I feel like Goff was like taking us out of the game like I did, in that Texans game or that Washington game, where he was actually, like in all honesty, man, they should have benched him in both of those games. But uh, but yeah, and that's a bad Goff game. Then I'll take it, man. I'll take it because, like I said, I got a lot of respect for Tampa Bay's defense. I like Todd Bowles. I think he's a better coordinator than a head coach, but he's still a great defensive mind in the game.
Yeah, man. Golf didn't have a good game yesterday, but like you said, it wasn't bad either. It was it was mid. He played mid yesterday, and it was like it wasn't. I wouldn't call that one of his bad games. Like when Golf has a bad game, it stands out, and you're like, oh my god, Golf is killing us. I didn't feel like that last night. I just felt like more so like, come on, Golf, get it going, man, get it going. That pick he threw was terrible though, man. I mean, he threw it to St. Brown with 3 guys around him. I didn't understand that throw, but other than that, man, it just felt like it didn't feel like he was a bad game in the point where you're actively costing us point and giving them points. It felt like a drive killer bad game. Like you out there killing drives. But it didn't cost us points, but you are out there killing drives.
Yeah, I think my point is that I don't think that you'll see that Goff anymore. Like I feel like the Goff that goes out there and costs you the game single-handedly, I think that he's evolved past that point. And I think that last night was a prime spot for that Goff to come out. But I think
Okay.
even when golf is bad, I think because golf is gonna be bad. There's gonna be games where he's gonna be bad. And all we're asking is for that you not go out there and turn the ball over 5 times.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
and if you are gonna be bad, like just do some good or just don't bring everybody down with you. And I think again, if I could copy and paste what they did with J-Mo and I could take that and bring it to every game moving forward, I would. And if golf is gonna have a bad off night, I think asking him to do what he did last night, which was 2 turnovers, take 4 sacks, throw 1 touchdown. If I could take that and move forward with that, and even if you are off that night, but you could still give me that, which isn't asking for a whole lot. It's not, especially for Jared Goff. For Jared Goff, asking Jared Goff to go out there and throw 1 touchdown and 200 whatever yards, but more importantly, don't keep the turnovers to a minimum. 2 is a lot, but still, it's not what I've seen you do before. If you go out there and do that, then you are still going to give the rest of the guys around you an opportunity to go out there and win the game. And that's what happened in that Washington game. He took that ability from everybody around him to come in and win that game. He tried everything he could to win it himself. And it robbed everybody else around him from the opportunity. And that's not how you win. That's not championship. That's not championship ball at all.
Yeah, if you're gonna have a bad game, don't go out there and lose your mind. That nigga lost. That nigga was out there losing his mind in them games. Like, oh my god.
Detroit basketball.